Hello students, in this video we are going to start the topic antenna. So here we are getting introduction and Hertzian dipole antenna. So antenna is a radiating element. It is a transducer which convert electrical energy. It takes electrical energy as an input and convert into the electromagnetic waves. So antenna behaves as a transducer. It is a radiating element. So a simple block diagram we can understand. There is an electrical substation from which through the transmission line power is approaching towards antenna. It is a transmitting antenna, and this antenna will convert this power into the electromagnetic waves, and this power will travel with the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in the free space, and it will reach at the receiving antenna. And after receiving antenna, we can again convert a transducer which will convert this power, this EM wave power into electrical power, and finally load is connected where the power is required. So antenna is used to transmit the power in the form of electromagnetic waves. Antenna is converting electrical power into EM waves. Antenna can be understood by the open circuited transmission line where mod gamma is equal to 1. When electrical power is given to the open circuited transmission line, then power approaches towards the open circuit load, but some power is radiate. And remaining power is again turns back and then again comes to the load side, and again some power is radiate. And if we want to increase the radiated power, then we can more open the load end side, so more power will radiate, and the maximum power will radiate when this opening is maximum. And such kind of antenna, it is a dipole antenna. If its length is lambda by 2, so it is called as lambda by 2 dipole antenna. So here we give electrical power, and here we receive the power in the form of radiations. So okay, so this device is called as antenna. So steps involved in calculation of electric field and magnetic field due to antenna. So first of all, we calculate magnetic vector potential A, which is mu IDL upon 4 pi r. Then in the second case, we calculate B, which is equal to del cross A. So we calculate B, and B is equal to mu H. So we calculate H. So del cross H, it is equal to del D over del T. It is epsilon del E over del T. So from here we can calculate E. Now we calculate time average Poynting vector, which is E naught square by 2 eta and direction of propagation A beta. And then we can calculate radiated power. It is P radiated is equal to double integration P average dot ds. Now let me discuss about the Hertzian dipole antenna. It is a very small current carrying element IDL where DL is less or equal than lambda by 10. Such a small current element have no practical use as an antenna, but it is a basic building block for another antenna. After calculation, we get H phi component I naught dl by 4 pi sine theta j beta by r plus 1 by r square e to the power minus of j beta r. HR is 0 and H theta is also 0. And we also get ER, it is eta I naught dl by 2 pi cos theta 1 by r square minus j by beta r cube e to the power minus of j beta r. And we get E theta, it is eta I naught dl by 4 pi sin theta j beta by r plus 1 by r square minus j by beta r cube e to the power minus of j beta r. So we are observing here there are three kinds of field. Field which is varying as 1 by r cube. It is called as electrostatic field, and it is due to electric dipole. Field 1 by r square, it is called as inductive field, and it is predictable from Biot-Savart law. And field 1 by r, it is called as far field or radiation field. But in the far zone, only 1 by r term will be present. In the far zone, 1 by r square and 1 by r cube term will be 0. Far zone is when beta r is greater than 1. It means 2 pi by lambda into r greater than 1. It means 2 pi r is greater than lambda. In the far zone, r is greater than lambda by 2 pi. So this is called as far zone. So in the far zone, h phi, it is I naught dl by 4 pi sine theta into j beta by r e to the power minus of j beta r. What we did, we simply neglected 1 by r square and 1 by r cube terms. And e theta, it is eta I naught dl by 4 pi sine theta j beta by r e to the power minus of j beta r. So E theta by H phi, it is equal to eta, and total power radiated by Hertzian dipole after calculation, it is 40 pi square dl by lambda whole square into I naught square, where I naught is the peak current. When we calculate RMS current, it is I naught by root 2 and radiated power is 80 pi square dl by lambda whole square into IRMS square. So from here, P radiated power, it is equal to radiation resistance into I RMS का square, and the radiation resistance is 80 pi square dl by lambda whole square. This is called as radiation resistance of Hertzian dipole antenna. So more is the radiation resistance, more will be radiated power. Suppose we solve a simple question. Let the length of the Hertzian dipole is lambda by 20. Then what is the radiation resistance? So radiation resistance is 80 pi square dl, which is lambda by 20 by lambda whole square, and this answer is pi square by 5. So radiation resistance is 2 ohm. And this is also the drawback of Hertzian dipole, that radiation resistance is very small, hence very less power is radiated by the Hertzian dipole, hence there is no practical use. Thank you for watching the video.